Shit, first half, I had 2 costly turnovers. Me not holding the safety, me just knowing the coverage, me knowing it was man through a BS interception. It was 7-7 at the time. I believe they scored after that. Battle back, fumble, snap, trying to make something happen. Couldn't throw. It was like a RPO play, so I couldn't really throw the ball to likely. The offensive line was down the field, so I was trying to make something happen. Tried to squeeze the ball, it slipped out my hand. Von Miller picked it up, got some yards. I think that led to points for them. So it's a team effort out there. He been busting his behind, he making plays happen out there on that field for us. Came up short. And like I've been saying all season, every time we in situations like this, turnovers play a factor. Penalties play a factor. Tonight, the turnovers, we can't have that and that's why we lost the game. Because as you can see, we moving the ball wonderfully. It's hold on to the ball. I'm sorry for my language, but it's annoying. I'm tired of
Yep. I was wrong. I was wrong as an MF, man. Season's over, man. It's over, It's over. It's like every single season, bro. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. Let me tell y'all something, man. By the way, like the video if y'all yeah, man, it is what it is. Let's get into it, bro. Every season, I've been a Ravens fan. Let me say this. Let me give y'all some background. I've been a Ravens fan since about 2008 or 7. Since I was about 13, 10, maybe even 10 years old, bro. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Terrell Suggs, Haloti Ngata, Joe Flacco, when they were battling it out versus the Patriots every season, versus the Steelers every season, deep playoff runs. I was there when Billy Cundiff missed that, crazy field goal. I watched that Super Bowl run when, Jacoby Jones did the Mile High Miracle in Denver. I watched, shout out, rest in peace to Jacoby, man. We did this season for him, but like it is become a tradition now. It's become a tradition because back in those days, man, it was the Ravens, the Steelers, the Colts, and the damn Patriots to the Super Bowl, man. It was that rotation. It was that type of AFC championship. But for the past, I'm going to say since 2020, I would even go back as 2019, the Ravens have an amazing season and they lose in the most horrible, ill-fated, out-of-pocket way in the playoffs. And we continue that pattern, bro. 2024-2025 season, nothing has changed. Everything is the same. And before we even go off on Mark Andrews, because y'all already know what time it is. Mark Andrews is he's the one who's going to get blamed, bro. He's the one that's going to get blamed for that fourth quarter fumble to start off the fourth quarter, right? And he's the one who's going to get cooked. But guess what? The mainstream media really, the fans are cooking Mark Andrews right now as an immediate instant reaction. For me, obviously I'm mad at Mark Andrews for one of the most clutch and most important plays of your entire career so far. You dropped a ball that hit you in the chest. I'll be real, that ball was slightly underthrown. So Mark Andrews was kind of getting it while backpedaling into the end zone. But Mark Andrews, that's why you have a massive contract. You're one of the highest paid tight ends. That's why you've got multiple Pro Bowls. That's why your contract was renewed, bruh. Right? But the reality of this is, it's Lamar Jackson, man. It's on Lamar. It's on Lamar Jackson, man. The fact remains is Lamar Jackson has played 8 playoff games. He's 3-5. You know who else has played 8 playoff games? Dak Prescott. You know who else has a 3-5 playoff record? Dak Prescott. But it's funny how the media cooks and deep fries Dak Prescott, but sometimes we're a bit more lighter on Lamar, man. I will say this. Out of all the playoff runs that Lamar has had, this was clearly been his best. You know what I mean? He had 2 very clutch touchdowns. at the very beginning of the game and literally the very end of the game to Isaiah Likely. And I'm telling you right now, Isaiah Likely has to be our number one tight end moving forward. And I'm not saying this because Mark Andrews had just one bad playoff game. Mark Andrews has had a dropping the ball problem in big time playoff games. I don't know what it is, but this happened also in 23, right? And even in 2020, there's been multiple times where he missed or dropped very, very catchable balls in a playoff run. The fact remains is Lamar Jackson didn't help either, because one of the main reasons that the Bills won, and by the way, shout out to Bills Mafia, I'm not here to hate. They did exactly what they were supposed to do. The reason the Bills won is because they didn't have a single turnover, bro. Not even one. Not a fumble, not an interception, none of that noise. They controlled the time of possession. They had ran the football consistently down the throats. Time of possession, 31 minutes. Ravens, 28. You saw the defense, Baltimore's defense. Shout out to the defense. Defense did an amazing job of trying to stop the run, especially in the second half. They stomped it down. The only thing that happened in the second half for the Bills was 2 Tyler Bass field goals. But when your quarterback, your leader of your team, fumbles a football, and that football gets returned for some 20-something yards, setting up a field goal. Actually, no, my mistake. That led to a touchdown. Yes, they went on a touchdown drive, right? When you have your play swing the scoring up a touchdown, you throw a costly interception that gives momentum to the other team. That's 2 free possessions you gave them, fam. And then your team, unfortunately, feeds off that. And the only time the Ravens looked really dominant was when they had, I think maybe like a 7-play drive. They ran the ball damn near almost every play. You had Justice Hill looking like goddamn Saquon Barkley out there. 6 rushes for 50 yards. Derrick Henry looking like a beast out there. Unfortunately, only had 16 carries. It's that BS that's happening with the Ravens, man. Every single year, man. Lamar Jackson underperforms, bro. And it's pissing me off, man. It's pissing me off because I'm a fan and I knew it. I knew it was going to happen, man. I knew it was going to happen. Fumble from Zay Flowers last year in the clutch. Lamar throwing it in triple coverage for an interception to end the game last year was the Chiefs. Year before, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, let me actually look it up right now. In 2021, 2022, I don't think Lamar was there. It was Tyler Huntley fumble, I think on the 1-yard line, something against the Bengals. Something crazy like that. You know what I mean? It's every single year, man, in the playoffs, even when Lamar isn't there, that the Ravens find ways to underachieve, man. It is what it is. I'm here to say, Bills Mafia, congratulations to y'all, but this is the Ravens, man. This is the Ravens. This is who they are. And the national media is going to cook Lamar Jackson, and guess what? I'm not going to be mad at it. I'm not going to be mad at it because Lamar's worst games are always in the playoffs, fam. The playoffs. Lamar Jackson is going to have more turnovers in the playoffs than any other time in the season. Lamar's going to win his 3rd MVP, but here's a crazy stat for y'all to think about. Lamar has played 8 playoff games. In 4 of those 8 playoff games, he's had 2 turnovers, whether they be 2 interceptions, whether they be a fumble and an interception. He's had 2 turnovers in 4 of them playoff games. Half of those games, he's going to turn the ball over twice. Insanity, fam. Insanity. Right? And think about it like this. Lamar Jackson is usually incredibly efficient in the regular season with the football. So far, in the playoffs, he's only had 10 touchdowns, right? 2 to goddamn 7 interceptions. 8 games in the playoffs. He's had 10 touchdowns, 7 interceptions through the passing game. Stu rushing, I think he's maybe had like a few more, maybe 3 or 4. But to have your worst numbers in the playoffs, to get sacked multiple times in the playoffs, to fumble the most in the playoffs, it's him, bro. It's him. And I know Lamar's frustrated. I'm frustrated as a Ravens fan because this is our yearly tradition. Guess what? Half of the team, or a great percentage of the team, is not going to be there next year because of contract and everything like that. The Ravens are in danger, fam. The Bengals are coming up. I know Cleveland Browns are not going to be anything. Steelers can revamp. You already know what time it is. The Ravens are going to be that team that always makes it to the playoffs but cannot go to the Super Bowl. It is what it is. Get in the chat, get in the comments. Big JTV, I'm out.